love the channel and find it useful in becoming a happy retiree. Subscribe today. Ryan, where are we headed? Chris, who joins us from Cumming. Chris, what's going on? How can I help?
Yeah, hey, Wes. Really enjoy your show.
Thanks, man. It's good to be back in 2 hours.
Yeah, I enjoy it too. I listen to every show. So, we have money sitting basically in cash. Our daughter's going to college in 4 years, and I don't want to have it sitting in cash the entire 4 years, but I don't want to risk it either. What are your thoughts?
So she is a freshman right now, or is she an eighth grader?
Freshman in high school.
Freshman in high school. Any outlook? I know it's still pretty early, but what are you thinking as far as where's she going? She going to go to Georgia? She going to get a scholarship? No scholarship? How much do you plan on having? How much are you going to have to spend, do you think?
Probably around 150.
All in? And how much do you have saved right now?
150.
Oh, you already have it.
We
Okay.
have it.
The whole thing.
Just,
God, you're a good dad. Chris, you're a good dad. Man. You're making everybody driving around listening feel a little bit guilty. Hey, how much are we putting in our 529 plan? A lot of families, Chris, end up, especially if you have a lot of kids. Let's say you've got 3, maybe 4 kids. It's tough to really do what you just did if you've got a whole bunch of kids.
Right. And, you only have one.
And when you have one, it makes it a little bit easier. Still, it takes a lot of discipline to do what you're doing. But I would tell you that in the real world, what a lot of families do is they pay kind of this third, a third methodology. And this doesn't answer your question, but I'll answer your question in a second. Meaning that you save a third, you plan on getting loans either for you to take on as the parent for a third or the child. So there's some skin in the game. That's kind of my favorite way to do this. And then a third comes out of cash flow, meaning that you're going to keep working. You, Chris, and most families, you're going to continue to be working and not retire really until the kids are out of college. In real life, very, very rarely do I ever see even really high net worth families rarely retire before the kids get out of college. And then once they're done and that obligation's behind you, then it kind of opens things up. It's like, okay, now maybe we can do this. But as far as you're concerned, you've got the money saved. There are plenty of investment options. You could do short-term bonds. You could do a bond ladder. Remember, the Federal Reserve keeps raising interest rates, Chris. They just did it this week again. It's the third time they did it in 2017. They're going to probably do it another 2 to 3 times in 2018, especially if the tax package gets passed, economy gets better. The Fed will keep raising rates. So today you're getting a 6-month Treasury bill that pays about 1.5. Next year, that might be 2. So what I would be doing if you want to just stay conservative with the money, look at a relatively short-term bond ladder. She's not going to really be out of school for 8 years. She'll start in 4. So you could do an 8-year bond ladder, meaning that you've got 8 different, you divide the money up by 8. So you've got, $150 or $150,000 right now, right?
Yep.
You've got this is just an idea. You do about $18,000 to $20,000 in each tranche. So you do 8-year ladder, do a 2-year ladder, a 3, a 4, a 5 maturities. And as you go out on that ladder, you get longer maturities. The yields are going to go up. So you're going to get in the 3.5, maybe even 4% range for those longer dated bonds. And then in a year or so, when the first few mature, if rates are higher by the Federal Reserve, which I think they will be, then you reinvest that portion at a higher yield. So this is a way to get a little bit of interest beyond just sitting in a money market. And it would keep the money highly, highly safe and secure. And from a timing perspective, it would be available and ready to go when she starts school and continue to mature when she gets finished school. It's a really good way to use time to your advantage. Rates are going up. You have a specific goal for the money. You don't really want to risk it, but you want to maximize within reason what you can earn on it. And I think an 8-year bond ladder is something that might make a lot of sense. And by the way, good for you saving so much money so early in the cycle.
Hi, I'm Wes Moss, and thanks for taking a minute to hear about what's so different about my new book, You Can Retire Sooner Than You Think. So unlike other retirement books, this book will give you a step-by-step guide, whether you're in your 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s, to learn from what these successful and happy retirees did to get there. I hope you enjoy the book, but more importantly, I know that it'll help you retire sooner than you think.